Hey, what is going on? It is Rob from Crypto Bobby, and today I want to talk to you specifically about taking a step back and looking at overall, historically speaking, of what's happened in the cryptocurrency marketplace. Obviously, over the past 24, 48 hours, the cryptocurrency market is down 5, 10, 15% in a lot of areas, and that has some people, especially newer people to the space, freaking out a little bit. I think it helps to take a step back, look at where we've come from historically speaking, realize that a pullback is, potentially fairly likely. Pullbacks have happened before, corrections have happened before, they will happen again. So just preparing yourself for, what you might be in store for and how just to continue to, make smart, intelligent moves in the future. So if you are new to the channel, my name is Rob from Crypto Bobby. I do daily YouTube videos on just kind of my overall market thoughts, the overall market sentiment that I feel. I don't try to make any specific calls. I don't try to make any specific predictions, but I just try to give an overall feel, walk you through my journey within cryptocurrency, and try to help participate in yours and make it, something that perhaps is a little bit more insightful for you. So overall, over the past couple of days, right now we're on the Bitcoin chart here, and over the past, let's say, 18 hours or so, a day and 20 hours, the price of Bitcoin has dropped, let's say about 7.5%, at some points down to close to 10% from the all-time highs. If we're looking at Ethereum, the price of Ethereum has dropped from there, it's close to all-time highs over the past day and 20 hours, about 11% right now is down, close to it. So, when we are looking at the cryptocurrency market, yes, if you have a good amount of money in cryptocurrency, over the past 24 to 48 hours, you've probably lost, thousands of dollars or, paper losses. It's not a loss unless you sell, but the value of your investment might be down, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, depending upon how much investment you have. And that's, not just Bitcoin and Ethereum, but a lot of the cryptocurrencies in the space follow Bitcoin. So, they are down as well. So, what should you be thinking in this market right now? Well, number one, I think it's important to understand kind of where we've come since August. If we're looking at the overall market perspective within the past month, Bitcoin has had a move on August 4th from, less than $2,800 all the way up to, close to $5,000 in the past couple days. If you're looking at Ethereum, that move has come from $200, around $200, $220, all the way up to $400, nearly doubling. If you're looking at Litecoin has moved up from $45 all the way up to a high of almost $90. And that's, just a few of, that's just the cryptocurrencies that are traded on CoinBase. But you could look at the overall cryptocurrency market cap and see, how that has developed. But when you are looking at this and you're looking at these pullbacks, it's important to kind of remember, where things have come from and really overall just basic, trading philosophies as far as things go. If you are trading, if you're just buying and holding, then continue to do so and don't really worry too much about this stuff, for the most part. It's important to really zoom out at the charts, though, and understand, especially if you are new to cryptocurrency, what can potentially happen within this market. So if we zoom out here, and this isn't even the entire market history of Bitcoin, this is just Coinbase's, but it actually has a little bit more data than CoinMarketCap and some of the other ones out there. But, if you are looking at Bitcoin as a whole, on October 13th, Bitcoin had a run from $100 or so, really, to close to $1,000 in 2013, and then cooled off all the way down over the coming years to, in 2015, really hitting like a low of 230, around that range, hitting a low of 230, and then has slowly, steadily built up momentum to $2,000, had a little bit of a correction down, and now we're over $5,000. So we've had a ridiculous bull market within Bitcoin, and also, like I said before, a lot of cryptocurrencies have followed that. If you are looking, depending upon where you've gotten into cryptocurrency, you're probably sitting fairly pretty right now, unless you're essentially brand new to cryptocurrency and you bought when Bitcoin almost hit $5,000 within the past week or so. So almost regardless of where you are right now, you're probably at a profit, because it's almost been impossible to lose money in cryptocurrency within the past, within the past like 2 years, basically. It's almost been impossible to lose money because the market has moved up and moved up and moved up. Now, if you're brand new and you're buying in right now, and you just went on to CoinBase or Gemini or whatever your favorite cryptocurrency exchange is, you just bought at 4,800, you bought at 4,900, and you're seeing the price go down, you got to zoom out at the charts and realize that we're essentially at the top right now, but we have essentially been at the start of an unprecedented move within cryptocurrency. So it wouldn't be unreasonable to think that a correction could occur. But there have been numerous times throughout the history of cryptocurrency where big corrections have happened and it has still moved upwards. But when we are looking at things, you can even look at Litecoin right now. Some of it has to just come down to patience in a lot of respects. Litecoin, when Litecoin started, had a crazy run up in October 13th, along with Bitcoin, crazy run up to $30-something, and then crashed back down to $1 or so for a very long time. For quite a long time, it was under $5. And to get to that point of where it is right now, where it is peaked and rocketed at this point in time to being worth $78 or so. Look at the movements on Litecoin to see how things have progressed. If you're looking at this from a charting perspective, that's incredible, but it may or may not be sustainable. So when you are investing and you're investing at the top of a move like this, you just have to be aware of where things are and where things might potentially be moving in the future. And when you are moving into a crazy crypto environment like this there's a potential for massive corrections to happen. There's a potential for your money to really move in a way that you might not like or you might not be comfortable with. This isn't necessarily, the U.S. stock market or just the international stock market where you can keep your money in there. You can expect a nice 5, 6, 10% gain year over year for the most part. Some years you might have a 5 or 10% downturn correction, but for the most part, you're going to have a nice slow and steady movement. Cryptocurrency, at least so far, has not been like that. You can look pretty simply at the charts and determine that within the last 3 months of Litecoin, those aren't average gains, but they also might be followed by not average losses. So things could get hairy, things could get potentially dicey, but a correction isn't unreasonable. So. And that's something I think you really just want to consider. But when you zoom out at the charts, historically speaking, cryptocurrency, even when it has corrected, has continued to move upwards. So what I'm doing is, for me personally, I am in a lot of cases trying to accept the fact that I'm probably not going to be able to time the market. Some people out there are really, really smart, intelligent people, and they might be able to time the market. I'm trying to accept the fact that for the most part, I'm going to be as educated. I'm going to try and be as educated as possible, but I might not be able to time the market as much as I'd like to. So I'm just going to continue to invest and continue to dollar cost average as much as possible as time goes on. So over the course of time, rather than saying, oh, wow, Bitcoin went up from $1,000 to, went from being worth $100 to $1,000 at 10x, and then it just dropped and dropped and dropped. If you were really positive about Bitcoin back in 2013 and it went up and then it dropped. And rather than continuing to invest, you got scared or you tried to time the market or whatever it might have been. If you just dollar cost averaged over the course of 2014 to 2016, you would be sitting so pretty right now, it's not even funny. But you could have also seen the fact and looked at the fact that, oh, wow, Bitcoin went from $1,000 on November 30th to $200-something in 2015, that's never going to recover. If you're confident in the technology, if you're confident in what Bitcoin, what Ethereum, what NEO, what OMG, what so many other of these cryptocurrencies can potentially do, I think it's important just to continue to be patient, to continue to dollar cost average your way in, and not try to time the market, regardless if it goes up, if it goes down. Yes, you want to look for buying opportunities. Yes, right now is if we're looking at things right now, this is a pullback. This is a 10% pullback. This might be a good opportunity for you to buy in. But from really my perspective, I'm looking at this as an opportunity to, as a good place to dollar cost average. Could it go a lot, could it potentially go a lot lower? Yeah, it wouldn't be unreasonable given the run that Bitcoin has had, given the run that Ethereum has had in August. It's not unreasonable to think a pullback might happen. However, it's not unreasonable to think it could continue to go up. But right now, regardless if it goes up or if it goes down, I'm going to continue to put more money in on a bi-weekly basis. That's kind of the schedule I have set for me. That's the schedule that I think works well for me mentally. I'm going to continue to put more money in on a bi-weekly basis so that, if the market goes up, I'm going to buy. If the market goes down, I'm going to buy. But over the course of time, that's going to average itself out. Hopefully, that's going to average itself out, and I'm going to have more money in cryptocurrency at a decent dollar cost average. So that's really what I'm looking to do. Do I, increase some exposure if the price goes up? Yeah, I'm losing out on potential gains, but I'm also reducing and preventing, shielding myself a little bit from potential losses as well in the near future. So, just overall, I think it's important when you are looking at cryptocurrency to take a step back and, like I said, look at where the market has come from. In the past month, we've talked about it, but Bitcoin has gone from $2,700 to almost $5,000 in the past month. A 10%, 15% pullback on that is probably somewhat healthy. That's not the worst thing in the world. You shouldn't be petrified of it. And again, too, this isn't necessarily the U.S. stock market where a 15% loss in one day is like, holy shit, the world's coming to an end. This is a different marketplace. This is a very newer marketplace. The liquidity is lower. It's not as stable. Just be mentally aware, for that. And just because the market goes down 10%, doesn't mean maybe you should sell everything and freak out. Just be patient. If you are uncomfortable with it, do what you're comfortable with. I'm never going to be one to say you should buy, you should sell, you should buy XYZ, you should sell XYZ. Do what you're comfortable with, but just, the old saying goes, like everybody is said in the world, but nobody ever wants to do it. Buy low, sell high. If you bought Bitcoin when it was close to, if you bought Bitcoin when it was close to $5,000, you bought Bitcoin up here, and you're brand new to cryptocurrency, you bought Bitcoin at $5,000, and you see it now at $4,600, $4,500. You are doing the exact opposite of that. Granted, some things have happened in the market, whatever. But that's literally buying high, selling low. And that's kind of the joke in all the cryptocurrency, in the crypto sphere of, hey, I did it. I bought high, I sold low. Did I do it right? That's, you want to buy cryptocurrency when the market is going up. You see all these green candles. You're like, oh my God, I'm missing out. This is incredible. This is like the revolution. So you buy up here towards $5,000, and then it's just red candles and red candles and red candles, and you think you're like bad luck. Try to remember when you're doing everything here, it might go against where, you're feeling. You want to buy on these green candles. You want to, when all the excitement, when everybody's talking about how great Bitcoin is doing, when everybody's talking about how great Ethereum is doing, or when it's one of these altcoins that's spiking 100% in a day, you want to buy. You're so jacked up, you want to buy. Red candles can follow, and the price can go down quite a bit. And whether you're talking about Bitcoin or Ethereum, it seems obvious. Buy low, sell high, get a profit. But human nature, and especially in cryptocurrency, when these spaces go so crazy and move so quick, it's almost the exact opposite. So many people have a tendency to buy high, buy when Bitcoin is about to be $5,000, and then when Bitcoin drops 10%, in the course of a couple days, freak out, sell, and then eat, $500 in losses. And not to say, you shouldn't do one thing or another. Maybe it's about to drop a lot lower and you save yourself even further losses, but just try to understand the human nature and the psychology of it. And just because something's rocketing through the roof doesn't necessarily mean that's the best time to buy. Now might not be the worst time to buy. Who knows? But from a human nature perspective, nobody really wants to, not that many people want to buy now because, at least new people in the space, not that many people want to buy now because it's uncertain, it doesn't look like it's going up, and it's giving people a little bit of fear. And that's something you should be, that's something you should consider, and that's something you should kind of understand as well. Outside of that, though, just keep an eye on kind of how things are moving in the marketplace right now. That's something I'm doing. There is a little bit of uncertainty. I think that's going to lead to just overall, solid opportunities in the near future here. That uncertainty, I think, might lead to good buying opportunities. It might lead to good trades. I'm keeping an eye on things and trying to develop some theses around kind of where I'm going to continue to deploy capital and evaluate things in the near future. I'm still working on my strategies here. As soon as I have kind of anything right now, you guys will be obviously the first ones to know. I haven't really changed much in the past week and a half. If we head over to Crypto Bobby right now, if we want to take a look just overall at my portfolio in general, at the portfolio in general, if you look at my website here, this was updated about a week ago, but the really holdings, they haven't changed at all, other than the fact that I've taken some of my Ethereum and moved that into the Manita ICO, which I don't have those tokens yet. I think those are coming out in 2 days. So, this is really, I have not made any additional moves since the 25th. Everything has stayed static in terms of my holdings, but this is something where, I'm looking at strategies. If the market goes downwards, if a downward trend happens, what should I do? Should I move some of these smaller altcoins that I've taken gains in? Should I kind of play around with them? Should I, deploy my capital elsewhere? Should I put some back in fiat for buying opportunities later? Should I put some in US dollar tether just to have, a quick access on Bittrex, whatever it might be? I'm evaluating things to come. If you have ideas, if you have some predictions or whatever it might be as far as, what might be happening in the coming month of September, I'd love to hear from you. Hit me up in the comments below. That would be fantastic. And if you are new here, again, like I said, I do daily videos on cryptocurrency, just trying to bring things in from a calm, level-headed perspective, and try to help in terms of the marketplace, helping you understand it a little bit better, helping myself understand it. This is really a teaching process for you. I've always said I'm not an expert in this space. I'm trying to learn as much as possible and as quickly as possible, to better myself, better my own investing, and also help hopefully pass along some of that knowledge to you as well. If you are new here, hit the subscribe button. That would be fantastic. Hit the like button, and I look forward to talking to you in the near future. Rob from Crypto Bobby, signing out. Peace.